Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I am your host. This is Brandy Joy, A Voice to Be Reckoned With, second edition. And this episode is called People, This Is You. I titled this People, This Is You because this is what everything is looking like right now if you're not seeing it clearly. I see a world not seeing nothing clearly. Follow me. Wherever will I start? Let me start in a really good spot here. For instance, everybody has their opinions. That's great. You know, they say everybody has opinions just like everybody has buttholes. Well, check this out. When your opinion turns into hatred and just being inhumane, and when you find yourself justifying why a whole other race deserves what they get, you have lost your way. We have really let color, we let that thought, because it's a thought, it is not true. I think it's a mental condition. Like, seriously, when people think that makes them or doesn't make them. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic. There's no proof. There's no fact. It's been proven over and again that it's not true. But people still have adopted it, and then it has been allowed to play a part in destruction and harming others. When do you jump off of that and say, hey, this is not what I want to show my children that I hate? Oh, I don't hate. I have black friends. Usually you have to say that. It's kind of weird. Because I have friends, and my friends happen to be of all kind of, I mean, like I have a black shirt, red shirt, you know what I mean? It doesn't make them. And then people think you're taking away the value when you say, I don't see color. I get that, but we'll get to that in a minute. What I'm saying is, you're like a dog chasing your own freaking tail. The thing is, take away that whole color thing for a minute, because let me make something very clear to you. And whomever they are to you, they know. Okay? They know. How can you not know? We know. When people start acting clueless, like, what has rain says on? That should tell you something right there. When they get uncomfortable, you gotta be a damn idiot to not know that this is real. And if someone says it isn't, then you're ignorant. And you're part of the problem. We know for a fact. Then people want to pick it apart and say, well, us too, and what about this? And here we go in a circle, and what? Guess what? America, history repeats itself. Shit. What's up with this country? Wake up. Think for yourselves, because you're not, clearly. Because if you were, you'd have better, we'd be doing better. We wouldn't be going against one another over what? Tell me what's going on. What has someone done to you? What the color has done to you? Nothing. What it has done to you is completely wiped so much time away that you could have been doing something great, something good, but instead people want to walk around like, and if it applies to you, then fit it, wear it, have it freaking tailored. If this doesn't apply to you, then you can be of use. And sitting there and chilling ain't doing nothing either. Somebody's supposed to do, you know what I mean, for you. Everybody should be in this. We're in it together. But we'll get to that in a minute. When you say that we're not, ignorance is bliss. Ignorant is bliss. Like chasing the dog chasing his tail. Everybody's so like, I mean, what the hell? No one's better than the other, okay? Sorry, your shit stinks. Sorry that the world made you think you were better because it's designed that way, but just because it told you that, it doesn't make you better. And for you to own that and think that, it makes you pretty shitty. For the simple fact that you know you're not. You know, I mean, clearly, we can all see that we're all human beings. And we all have our faults. But you gotta be one shitty fuck, excuse my language, to find ways to justify one shooting or when someone has been murdered. Please don't call yourself a Christian. Because you're not. People, this is you. You're not. Oh, you better go get some talking to Jesus because you're not. That's not Christian ways to hate people. Explain this to me. How do you hate a race and then call yourself a Christian? That just sounds real ignorant. And it is. And repeat that to yourself if you're so-called Christian. I'll say this to you again. You're lying. And to all the wrong people, because we are judging you, and God clearly can't fool him. So who you wasting your time? You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. This is the thing. People get caught up in their feelings. They can't determine their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts, any of that's all mixed up together. Their righteousness or their power, you know? It's like all these things that ain't getting you nowhere. It's not getting you in the gates. And I'm telling you who don't give a shit. God don't care. Not one iota about you and your God complex or your, whatever you have. Because telling you that's not what he's judging you off of. What off your work? Let's tell you. First of all, he said, love thy neighbor. And for the ones that have their whole other scenario, then just go dismiss yourself because I'm not even with that. Because whatever you're selling and you're doing, is it making the world better? Or is it causing more pain and destruction and innocence? People are dying. People shouldn't have to die because of a situation. Okay, you're a shitty person because I promise you, if it was you, it'd be a different, and it already is a different scenario. So, but would your thinking be the same? So let's go ahead and take that ass off of that pedestal that's a wobbly as hell and realize you are a human being. But if you loved yourself, you would realize you are a child of God, and that right there would make you feel good. Because when you walk around hating someone, and then for whatever reason, can't no one come up with one iota. That's why people dance around it. But then we have these things that happen in the world, and we know what it is. But as soon as you tag it, then racism. Then what is it? America, not smart. People are just think it over here. You guys aren't that smart over there in your education system. Well, I mean, look at us. Fighting over what? Now check this out. So everybody gets off their me, and starts saying them, us, they, about some others in a positive way. Because if you value your life, then you better be damned to value someone else's. Because the price you pay, is it worth it? Someone that really truly feels that must really feel low about themselves. Let me tell you why. Because you got to hold on to that bullshit fairy tale like Santa Claus is real. That's what that sounds like. Then without it, you feel less than. But I don't understand how you can. To kind of seem like you're at the low bottom right now. Because if that's what self-righteousness looks like, it looks pretty angry. A little stressed out. A little nasty. I wish somebody would call themselves a good person and a good citizen. But then they sit there and they make jokes about black people and their lives being taken. I'll be the first to tell you, like I said, if I knew it in different languages, you're not a good person. Pretty much shitty person. It's the truth. You're a shitty person. But hey, let's do it to you. Let's have somebody do it to you. Like, truly do it to you on the basis of how it's done to other races. And if this applies to you, you know, wear it for life until you're ready to, get a soul and heart and, shift some things around. So as I was saying, every time someone says something, somebody's offended, or what about, you have something to say, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's like freaking insanity. And like, this is what you have to start with. Sometimes somebody says something, boom, and then you want to come back and get them with something or school them, teach them, whatever. Okay, on you. But just remember at the end and the beginning of the day, what I say here could be so powerful, or it can just be like, ooh, I just told her. But what did you really do? Not a damn thing. What you do, you should think, is it worth it? Is it going to change anything? Is it going to make it better? Is it going to... No. But I can also say something that could be so moving or that could be something that changed somebody's life for the better because of something they saw or they heard, which has happened before. Now, I'm telling you something right now. This ain't for the negative people. They won't be able to handle this. They just want to be negative. So, negative ain't going to get you too far. Ain't going to get you anywhere. You're going to be left. You have the power to say something that can be a healing for someone. That change in the world. But when you sit there and you just spew ugliness back and forth, you look stupid. You've done nothing. That's on you. But really think about it. It's a little tidbit right there for if you are trying to be better to make a change. Because a lot of people say they want change and they're in a movement or they're in this, they're in that. But they're not really, because you could say a lot of shit, but your actions and your whole movement and your words, they're not moving anything, not doing anything. It's not just in the brain. It's got to be action. It's got to be those words you choose, those words you use. And if you're not using them to move, then sit your ass down, because it's 2020 and we in some shit right now. And ain't nobody speaking healing and anything. There's a few. I'll say one name and everybody, we're going to get on that though. I'm going to break it down. Because people, this is you. Just people. Real people, your person is, there we go. No color, you know what I mean? See how easy that was? Wow. All this time, and common sense never played a factor in here. How can you go all this time and just really have no common sense? Because this right here, no common sense whatsoever. It just gets really tiring and really foolish when you have people that do want to minimize someone's pain and struggle when it came from. We know that slavery existed. Don't you dare sit there with your righteous but not ass and tell somebody what to do with it and it's over. How ironic if God just in some universe It flipped, and you had to live the life. Sometimes you got to teach them in those ways, those those things that only God can do, and He can do. So you better watch it, because that man's not your God. But since it looks like it, you got a lot of answering to do. There's no way a Christian is following blindly at another man's will and walk and talk if it's not matching up with the Lord. And clearly it's not. And when you say that it's due, either you're a freaking buffoon, or you are been like mind warped, or you just don't care no more. And you gonna switch it up? We're gonna come back. Nope, too late. What did he say? He said, if you deny me with your... Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that one up. She's Louise. All the things that you say, and I'm saying others, Christians, these ones in particular, if you say that you are, you say that you love God and this, and that, and turn right around in the same instance and show him that you don't. And then put this person over him as if he was one. And then have the damn audacity to show your lack of common sense and say that he is a man of Christ too. Go ahead and prove it. Because all this shit right here can't even be proven. That's what I'm saying. Malarkey. All of this malarkey. We just talk. And denial. And then get nowhere. But back to it. Don't be like that. Don't do that. Because you're not making anything better. And just because you said it doesn't make it go away. You could just be quiet. Some people don't have any manners, and that 90% of what I see is a lack of mannerisms. That starts in the home. If we call ourselves so smart and educated, and someone is speaking on a very awful, real struggle, and it's still going on now with race and racism, prejudice, all that stuff, and you say, get over it. That's what happened. Clearly, you're exuding signs of racism. You're racist. Most times people say, I'm not. Shit like that shows you are. You can't hide the shit, yo. You can't. So if you can't, you know what I mean, understand what the freak is wrong with you, then go see a therapist so you can understand better that this is you, and you can't hide it, but you can unlearn it. But, like I said, this right here is going to take a whole lot more, and either it wants to be changed or it's not. So many levels. But let me tell you who's the ones that are being played out. People. And you have to be willing and wanting. But hatred, we can't make hatred. You know what I mean? When it comes to racism, all that stuff, so let's end racism. You gotta really think about that before you say that. Does that even really make sense? It would sound so simple. But do you understand that someone's thinking? Okay, let me split it up, hatred and racism, because you say racism, then you say let's end it. Okay, because racism, so it affects. Okay, you so say you can't really end it because someone can hold it within a same group of people. They can hold it within, but I guess it ends when you make it a law and rule it out. But is it really ended? It just has a law now. So when you try to push racism or engage in racism, then it would be illegal and you would have consequences, okay? Right? Let's just say that's what it was. What happened? Okay? Now, all laws don't always get followed or, they don't. A lot of them just don't. So must remember that. But we all must remember too that you can't remove hatred. You can't put a law in somebody's heart and remove the hatred. That has to come from that person to stop self-hatred first. Yeah. To hate someone so passionately, you hate yourself too, because you cannot love yourself and hate someone so passionately. It doesn't work that way. Love and hate can't, you know? But you don't know better because you're already fucked anyway with all that hatred consumed in you. The only way you're going to really understand is you got to we all, little do you know, we all could use some mental health help. But so ignorant and so freaking just hard-headed that people just want the world to be destroyed and we all die because we're just sitting here just feeding off of, and then you would think, but nobody does. And that's how you know someone's okay with hatred, and they support it, and they support this because you're following someone that does, and not even trying to put it out, not speaking life into a world, into a nation, into people. Don't dare sit here and tell me you love Jesus. He would never do something like this. He wouldn't condone that. He said love. Everything they did to Jesus Christ. And God, he said, set the captives free, help the blind, feed the poor. And that's not matching up to Christ-like. So if you're doing anything against that, then you are not Christ-like. And you will pay. Yeah, we're here on this earth and going to have to pay. Because this is not what we're supposed to be doing with one another. But it is happening. It takes a lot of work. And we're where we are now, and it's like somebody came out the woodworks and people just came out and said, let's be racist again, or let's show our racism. And you feel good about that if this is you? You feel good about being crappy and just disgusting to someone you don't even know? Let that be your child someone treats like that every day. I bet you won't like it. So you need to think about that. You need to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and think about if this was me, because it can be, because you're not God. No one's close. What if it was you? What if your child came home every day because people treated him or her how you, whomever this is speaking to, treated them? You know, they say treat others how you want to be treated. Or the one I like is be careful. Watch how you treat someone because you don't know when you're entertaining an angel. But you just should, because that always comes back on you. Why do people treat people crappy? I don't know. Because they're crappy people. They need to figure it out themselves. But this is a huge psychological problem here. And no one's getting the healing they need it to. They need this diffused, and there's no one trying to diffuse it. Because if you can stir up hatred, then why can't you bring about love and unite and unity? Is this the crap that we're leaving the children behind? This is what stirring up all this is? And then what about the kids? That's your gift to them? What a loving person you are. I give you hate. Merry Christmas. To pass along. For what? To minimize their life. People say they want great and good for their children. Well, then you're going to be the demise of them if this is the stuff that you're teaching them. You don't know if they'll survive it. You might like survive it because it will eat you alive when you put these things when you treat people this way. Get help. Do something. But nobody's done anything to you for the disrespect that I've seen when people are being themselves. It is so nasty. I've seen a few people online. We have different things about us. There's a lot of disabled, handicapped, mental illness and conditions. And do you know that there were some sorry people that got online, went to their page just so they could laugh at them? You got to be one piece of shit. Like the shit that I probably stepped in one day at the bottom of my shoe. Like that type. Disgusting. Who does that? Like, what's funny about a whole nother person? So what, you think they're funny, they're a joke? Because I promise you right now, God taketh, he giveth. And watch those things that you put out there. Because if it was you, then how'd you feel? You better watch it. I don't know who fucking raised you, but they failed on that note right there. Because somebody laughs at you and talks about you and makes fun of you. Same people that do this to people like that, they're probably little bitches and they'll go crying. I promise you they are. I promise you, hands down, if you're one of those people that does that. Bullies people and bully disabled people, makes fun of them because of the way they look, their condition. I bet you're a little bitch. And you cry, you probably getting bullied too. I put money on it. It's damn near a fact, I bet you. You bitch. That is just disgusting behavior. Like, ew. Like, what garbage bag did you come out of? Like, what makes you tick that way? That's how you have to have one miserable ass life. Because a happy person doesn't, I promise you, a person that has happiness in them, they're a happy person, they don't do those things. Because they have internal happiness, they're happy. They have joy in them. Preach now. Come on. Yeah, amen. They don't do those type of things. So that's what I'm saying. You can spot a miserable motherfucker, right? Boom. Just mad, angry. Just like an infestation. What's up with that? People, this is you. What's going on? This is what it's looking like. And if it's not, it is. Okay? It is. We're not going to get anywhere just while you're wasting our time telling people that their shit's not valid. How about your shit's not valid? Let's find something going on with you, and then we'll tell you to get over it. You know what I mean? You're no better than anybody. And let's just say if you were. That's how you treat people. So people that are better than other people have really shitty attitudes and really fucked up ways of thinking. So maybe they shouldn't want to be better because it's not a good look. Looks pretty nasty. No mannerisms there. No respect. No home training. I mean, the list goes on and on. See what I'm saying here? It just makes no sense, but this is what sits before us. I just wanted to touch on something here before we go with this one, because there's so much more to this. But let's stop referring to people the blacks and the whites. How about you just respect people? Because if you want it, then you damn sure better start giving it. That's a rude thing to say. Who do you get that from? Your president? It's nasty. The blacks. Let's make up a name for you. I mean, come on, how petty are we? Don't dare go home and scold your child for talking crap or to somebody, or somebody saying something to them because you do it. How do you tell your kids something and then you just don't even have any? I'd be embarrassed if that was, like that's somebody in my life, and they acted like that. The older person. Like, what the hell did you slip on or take? But yeah, that right there is misery. And you can only tell. You can look at the The body language, the hurling of, like somebody did something to you, like you're fucking possessed with a demon or something. It looks like it. I mean, what's wrong with people that have this racist mental condition? I call it a mental freaking condition that somebody won't diagnose because he wants to use that for whatever ways. But I mean, I just think that it's pretty damn pathetic that no one's looking at the bigger picture. We're creating a world for the future for our kids, and this is what we're doing. Why should people be going to the freaking polls scared? Why do you need to even sin? When ever in the history has this had to been done? So let me ask you then, why is it happening now? Any of this shit that's been going on, all of a sudden we got the best president in the world. Let's just call it what it is. No, it's not. Prove it to me. I'll wait. And for you people that don't like black people, please stop saying he's done the most for black people because you don't even like him. So tell us something else. Yeah. Idiots. That is not the best president. Tell us why it's the best president. Okay? Don't say he's done. And how are you going to tell a black person that he's done more for them? It's stupid. It's just so freaking. You just can't make this up. It's like. What? It's like some kind of like regression to down to like, like what the freak? That make no sense. But 2020, you mentally evaluate people like that because the nerve to tell somebody else something's wrong with them. I just don't get it. 2020, and this is where we are. And this is the greatest person, the greatest president. Okay, that's a lie. Lie. Okay? He know it, and you all know it. Go ahead and let us know. What values is he holding up? Because some only rock for him for the money. Those are losers in a minute. And, we'll get on them real quick. Because that right there, you just look real like you lost all the cred. You looking real skeptical, like you have ruined yourself. Nobody want like, ugh, yikes. It's like on some yit shit. Like what the hell? You just. So all that stuff in those songs, yeah, you're not really G'd up. Nope, G card gone. I'll tell you who the G is. But he got go. And the only reason why I said that is because it played y'all asses like a fiddle. Brought the punk right out. It's like, didn't have to try too hard. I'm like, damn, fool, you just over here just bringing them out. But it just gonna screw us all. All, and all. Kids, too. That's the messed up part that's pissing me off. Each and every one that condones or that plays a part in this. What you think's what's for them? Unless you don't care. Because if you do, you're not showing it. As long as this keeps going up, you don't care. None of them. None of us. None of you. I care. But anybody that's just mindlessly going along with this, I don't know if it's a highlight of your life. Hate feels so good because you've been so miserable with yourself that you want to go be, just take. I don't get it. I don't get it. Only God can get us out of this right here. All this bull crap. Where's the healing at? Hmm? You know, let me just go ahead and jump on that real quick. For the ones that waste their sorry ass breath to try to figure out reasons why to tell people why they are supporting such awful things, you really irritate the hell out of me and a lot of people. But luckily, here to let you know, denial makes you look real cheesy. Let me tell you something. You know the truth. Getting some kind of benefits. You're selfish as hell, but you're getting benefits from it. You just sold yourself out because you don't even think or care about black people that have been murdered for no reason. And when I say no reason, I mean no reason. Got it, Becky? Thank you. No reason. And you want to act all oblivious. Well, maybe one thing I can't stand. It's one thing when something is justifiable, right? But when you've got to go out of your way and you got eyes and you say that shit, you're a bum. You're simp. Balls gone. No cojones. You just go the extra mile to shit on somebody's life just because in a system that we have here to be black and not to be compliant, whatever that is, and move, shake a leg or talk, whatever you find, whatever dumb excuse you have in your head. If it's not the same treatment, then it's bullshit, and that's what it is. It's bullshit. And if you keep running with it, that means because you are okay with it. Stop lying and say what it is. When some people say certain things, they mean it. Some people don't think Black Lives Matter. That's the dumbest shit in the world, but what they're saying is, don't give a fuck about you. That's what they're saying, right? Am I right? Because, I mean, you saying it, I know it's not true. I know my life matters, boo-boo. You didn't create me, thank God. But Black lives do matter. People's lives matter. If your life matter, everybody's life matter. You was created here, too. You know, go explain that to God, okay? Because he's not trying to hear that, okay? That's just ugly for someone to say about people dying. But we're the bad guys, but look at the behavior and the things that's going on, but something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, mental health is just, these things are not, when we talk again in the next episode, we're going to touch more on the mental part. This was more of just the nonsense behind it, like the lack of care, you know what I mean? Like, it just looks a hot mess. There's no resolve here. The first thing we jump to is violence, and that just shows how far behind, how not evolved as people, actual people we are. Weapons and stuff. First of all, that's some punk shit, you know? People gotta, everybody's scared. That's some scary stuff, but and then but that strikes up stuff, which makes sense. But why does it have to be that way? There should be no way in heck people going to go vote should be something where people have to go fear or things happen. And you know what? People wake up. The way it's being explained to us, it's in a conditioning manner. Like, but everything's going to be okay. They're saying that they're going to bring some people. No, this is what you need to be saying. This is some bullshit. This is not going to happen. We don't put fear in people to go vote. So, you know what I mean? You shut that shit down. You don't explain it to people. Then God's going to have a field day, I tell you. But I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm just saying. And it's not like he's going to be having like a field day, woohoo, like you got hateful people do. But your ass is grass, you know? But hey, deserve it. I mean, because clearly you have no love for your creator or mankind, humanity, at its worst. Your legacy, that would be the legacy of how you carried yourself here. Not the lies they told, but the truth that you show. If you're not speaking kindness, love, generosity, empathy, healing, then what are you talking? And how does that make you great? It makes you evil. So if that's great to you, then what does that say about you? And this is to anybody. You see how I'm not saying you hate you blacks, because I got common sense. That's why I don't have to do that, because I know people are people. You know, I'm not a nasty person. I'm not ignorant either, so that's the reason why. Another reason why, you know. Some people wear ignorant as if it's a culture. And that's going to be another topic, too, because some people are just don't know no better, because that's how they were in the home. And so they come out here thinking they can do what they want to do like that, not realizing how they look. They don't care. They need to care. It's awful. Some people just don't want to be good people, because you're not a good person if any of this is okay with you. And you're not. I don't care how many times you say you are. You're not. And back to you, disappointments. You know, I heard about Lil Wayne today. I couldn't even give him much of my thought process, because that's how much he did not. It's like a waste. Like, and they listened, and did you not see the few that went before him, for them? Like, come on. Somebody made a very good point, and it wasn't even that it was that good, because that was common sense. It popped right in my head. You didn't consider the fact that he ain't talked to you in how many years, and all of a sudden, right before this, actually now he want to talk to you? Duh. I can't with some people. It looked like they really listened, and now all you gotta do, now you just, you didn't have to do much. You sold your ass out. But he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing to you. No, kudos, Mr. Trump, for that one. You got him. Because all you did was pull a punk right on out to show how that the street cred, whatever he said he has. High five for that one. Because that shit didn't take, how long it take? Not too long. Let's go down the list. Who else? Because at this point, this is where I'm probably going to stick at when the rest of the episodes for this here, or not, who knows, but really this one, because the other one's going to go more psychological. This ain't psychological right here, but the other one's go more psychological, because this is something that's been going on for like 400 some years, and it's definitely psychological. And if you don't understand psychological, then you should have been done that, because it's like having a fucking car and never popping the freaking trunk. I mean, the hood to ever check anything out or learn anything about it that you could, since you have one. Did you ever think about learning your brain and understanding it more and how the psyche, all that stuff works, or you just use it a lot and can't ever figure stuff out? You just be like, Eureka! Yeah, probably so. Anyways, back to the disappointments. Let's go with, now, Mr. Cube. You surprised me there for a minute. I'm not going to say the jury's out on you. I'm just saying it's out. I can't anymore. But what I will say this, and get this loud and clear. Please don't do this anymore. But if you do, just know that's a whole nother realm right there. Who the hell told you that they answer for the black community? I don't know him. Okay? And black people, we need to fix that word too. I hope you didn't think that was okay. Nobody speaks for me but me. Or someone that I'm in agreement with. I don't know Lil Wayne. He don't know me. He ain't never thought of us in a day life. Everybody he said he's supporting, he don't even know any of us. So they played your ass, and you played yourself, because you knew you wasn't speaking for no black community. Community of who? We're not in the same community. You ain't my community because we're black. That's not community. Freak out of here. People need to pay attention to these words and stop taking ownership of them. We're no community. I don't know you. Obviously, his choice making is not good. I would never rock with him because he doesn't make smart choices. Okay? He buckles at the drop of and it doesn't even have to drop. He just, okay, I'll do it. What else do you need? You know, and then turn around and we'd be in some messed up shit because you're a dumbass. And Cube, I don't know. I don't know. I heard some things. I didn't know that you was down with the crown for a long time. This was your rep last year. I'll do some research. But, I mean, I always, West Coast, my cousin met you, did some music a long time ago. Very respectable. And then this kind of just... But you should explain yourself a little better. Don't say you don't have to because you claimed the whole damn community. You didn't look too secure in your explanation. You know what I mean? Somebody sit down, explain, freaking explain. Don't be looking all, well, we have to. Should have been talking about that from the jump. We just heard all of a sudden, boom, Cube went in there with blah, blah, blah for the black community. I don't know what he's talking about because I ain't. And you know what pisses me off? And I'm going to carry this one. I'm going to keep carrying this shit with me because I am mad. And I'm so upset. And people need to be angry. And Ice Cube, you need to figure it out, fix it, whatever you need to do. But I took very much insult to when you said, another 4 years, black people, we strong, we could take it. Your ass can probably take it however you meant that shit. But do you know? How dare you say something like that? So that takes away everything that we've been doing here and we're trying to change when you say that shit right there. Make it seem like we so strong. That's what people think already. That made me want to throw the fuck up. Do you know that they used to do experiments on black women because they thought that we couldn't feel no fucking pain? That our skin was thicker? You probably know that shit, huh? Or you didn't care. That's for another episode, though. But don't do that. So this healing part, I don't think I'll ever rock with him again. It's 2020, and I'm just marking people up. You know, let's keep it moving. Because people are showing their true colors. Like I told people, that these are stars, and we don't know them. Prime example. But come on. Damn it, I have to freaking get off that app. That was a really good app, too. But I mean, what am I going to do on there now? That shit hurt. That's what you did. So you hurt. Tell me, like, ain't hurt me. Well, I wasn't talking to you. But the shit hurt. When you said that. As a black woman, that shit hurt. We got a topic for that, too, for the black community. Because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I ain't no simp ass, and a lot of people ain't no simp ass, and we adult enough to be able to talk about stuff and not minimize or have a bitch fit because you're uncomfortable. Stupid. I'm so uncomfortable, but look what you're doing. It make no damn sense. At 50, what the hell's going on here? You know, my problem isn't even because I had to remember, like, yeah, I'm 50. But then the lady, I had no idea 50. That was how you was. I promise you, I had no idea that this was how you'd been carrying. Just like they, that you have no respect, they're saying, for black women and then black people in general. And then here comes a lady, talking about, she put you on blast. She had a whole, how long was she up there talking about you and you're black and you need to change in this, and she was just laying the law down. Hey, she said you were her favorite boyfriend, so I guess that means something, right? Must really laid it down. Because I heard you change that vote. Because she paid for it. She said she's going to give you some good, though, if you did. What's that about? I mean, I can't really say that I'm disappointed a little bit, but it's really going to matter at this point. Kind of just show your cards. But I'll give you this one. You kind of went into it like this, too. You really just went into it like, I don't give a fuck. I just want the money to tax cuts. I didn't like that one, so I went over this one. But that also shows that you can't really be trusted. And what is it with black? I don't get it, because I didn't think this, I didn't know this. And as a artist, I really rocked with him. I was like, yeah, 50. Okay, wait, nobody says to say that, because people used to be like, oh, this and that. And then after this, I'm like, Curtis, is that you? No, seriously, how do black people not like their own? They don't like themselves. That's a fact. That's what that is. How can you not? You have a mom that's black. I mean, what sense? What happened? Something happened. It's one thing you have preferences. It's a whole other thing when you just dismiss everyone that looks like, the same color. We don't look alike. Because all black people don't look alike. Okay? People just love to be dumb. Okay? I'm going to stop sugarcoating these things that people think. It's just dumb. Okay? Not smart. Yeah, what's that about? That's like, you got to get some help, dude. It's not good. But yeah, you're just shifting around back and forth. So, like, you're good now, I guess? But I mean, more of my disappointment or confusion is I didn't know that you hated the black community so much. And as a black woman, I'm just asking, why? And is that the way you're gonna leave this earth? Because your parents and I mean that's self-hatred. Because no matter what you do or who you get with, you're always gonna be you. And we can have accepted as when people say you always gonna be a n, or you can own it as I'm always gonna be me, and I'm good with that. See what I'm saying? Because somebody can point to you and say, you ain't gonna be nothing ever but a nigga. Nah, yeah, that's not true. Pretty sure that's not God to me. Because God said He created us in His image. So for all you geniuses out here that's going around saying that Black lives don't matter and that we shouldn't be here, or not even really bold enough to say it because everybody's a punk, but acting this way, you need to go sit down and figure yourself out, especially if you say you love the Lord, because He created us in His image. Huh. Wow. That was a one-hitter quitter. That note. To do with that. Rotate on it. Everybody, this is the world that's in an uproar. It doesn't even have to be. But what happened here, he came along and showed everybody's true colors, their weakness, their strengths that seem to be they're easily walk into, that their thinking isn't really stagnant. They don't know who they are or something, for someone to be manipulated by barely doing anything, just by hatred and just alone. It's like, just can't make up stuff like this. It's pretty sad. It's really, really sad too, because people are dying. And there's people okay with it. There's people saying why black people are losing their lives. Well, he should have didn't do that. He did. Look, when you say that right there, you just show the shitty person you are. So just come out and say it instead of playing around, because you're not fooling anybody if you find ways to justify a deceased person's death when you know it's not justifiable. That is not ever justifiable. That alone right there is just not justifiable. Knowing the fact that that's not the case for a lot of people. You see one and then you see the other. So knock it off, okay? You can't be that ignorant. But then again, unintelligent, yes, I could rock with that one. Because that right there is clearly not the truth. There's no way in heck. Because I think people get, when I'm on social media and I see someone trying to explain themselves, which maybe these days people have been stressed out, it's not even worth it. Because people be knowing what you're talking about. They just want to pull the life out of you. Don't engage anymore. You can't teach them all. Okay, once you start taking away your peace, give that to somebody that's willfully want it. Find some people that want to grow. Build a unit that wants to spread love. Don't keep wasting your energy on people that's going to keep back throwing hatred and more remarks, and you go dig up and you come back and you throw it. It's not getting anywhere. It's not worth it. And then, especially if it's wearing on you, now what are you doing? You've wasted a lot of time. You've lost that umph in you, because now it's like, come on. And then even though one thinks they're better, it's like, you're just here. Almost on the same level, because there's nothing going back and forth but negative energy. And people thinking they're justified because, one, that's so wrong and immoral, and I'm right because I'm telling. But the energy, it's not getting anywhere. So you're just playing with them on their level. But for what? Are we getting anywhere? Or are we just wasting our time adding to it? Sorry, but that's what it's starting to look like. Go sit down and evaluate what your reasoning, what your cause is, and what it looks like in the beginning and at the end. And did you succeed in anything? Or did you just go back and forth with somebody? So figure out what it is you're trying to accomplish. And if there's no way, if there's no room for growth or to accomplish, if you don't have that, then just go sit down and get yourself right. But when you start you're just yelling and unhappy and you think that you could change this person's thinking, you probably need to take a break and think about it. You can't change everybody's mind. And 9 times out of 10, that person knows what they're doing. They just want this out of you. Don't give it to them. I mean, put it somewhere to be useful, to create change. Why we keep playing around these ignorant people that just want to keep putting out negative and hatred. Give them a few rounds, keep it moving. I'm out, just like right now. Brandy, have a blessed day. We will be back with some more. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. My prayers for a world in pain, because it's a whole world in pain. Happiness? Nah. False happiness. This is pain right here. Nobody's happy about this. There's nothing to be proud about. There's nothing to feel patriotic about. About what? Tell me next one. Tell me what's so patriotic going on right now. You can't, you see? Just full of shit, man. Come on. Like, don't you want to have something to say, like, to be worth and be like, we did this? Or you want to say, oh, we killed a bunch of people, a bunch of niggers, and that's what you want to be proud of? Well, I don't know. I'm just going out on a limb, but the pearly gates and where you going to be going, buddy? And that's to anybody. Thank you, guys. Be blessed. I'll pray for us all, though. Pray for us all, because we need it. Even the ones that don't think they do or they don't believe. You better get to believe in something, because it's not looking too good. Till next time, y'all. That song piece right there was created by me, myself, Brandy J. I used an app called Groove Pad, and I named it Rise. So thank you so much, you guys. Take care, be nice, be kind, be love, no hate. Let's just be great.